Welcome to Aqua Talks, where marketing meets bold, game-changing ideas. Join your hosts, Larry Aldrich and Maddie Dudley, as they explore the art and science of cutting through the noise, capturing attention, and fostering meaningful connections with your audience. Whether you're a destination marketer, government contractor, or simply passionate about the transformative power of marketing, Aqua Talks offers engaging discussions, fresh insights, and actionable strategies designed to inspire and inform.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Aqua Talks, sponsored by Brentz's Technology LLC and Zanique. We're here live at Vets 26. We're going to be doing some episodes with veterans, veteran-owned businesses, and the federal government, all working to do outreach to the veteran and all veteran-focused here at this conference. We're going to be talking to some really exciting companies and some consultants who are doing some great things in the federal government and for the veterans. Stay tuned. We got a lot of information coming up. We're going to be speaking with a lot of great people. Thanks for joining this episode of Aqua Talks. We're again live here at Vets 26. Today, I'm joined with Tiphanie Forst. Tiphanie, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? What you have going on? Tell us about your company, your background.
I run a company, Frigata Health Strategies, and really we provide business development consulting, sales, capture, proposal support, really helping companies grow in whatever space, mostly focused in the military health, defense health, IT modernization.
Right, so you're here at Vets 26. How's the conference?
It's amazing. I love it. So many great people. It's always inspiring to talk to some of these CEOs and these service-disabled, veteran-owned small businesses. I just was speaking to Lawrence Miller. He did Track for Vets, where he walked over 500 miles in the state of Michigan, building a campaign. And he was a former special ops officer. And he's really trying to help in the mental health space for our veterans. And he's talked to every single police department, service provider, community provider of how to provide real-time mental health support for those who are struggling in the moment. I mean, so there's so many great programs out there. And where I can come into play is helping connect the different companies together, the different missions, to government leaders, to community leaders, to industry leaders. You know, he's looking for more investments. He's looking to ways to expand his business. So that's how I can help. I know the investors. I know, now with M&A, athletes, veterans, different parts of the community, they all tie together. We were also talking about him being a former NHL player. Yeah. Big time hockey league. I do a lot with the NFL. So I do a lot of philanthropic events. And what we were discussing is so many ties between professional athletes and veterans. Yeah. Total loss of identity. And how do you find those resources and support when you have mental health issues? So that's part of what I'm doing now. I'm evolving Frigata Health Strategies into a company, Iconic. Okay. So Icon IQ. And really it's about connecting across growth, access, innovation, nexus, and studio. So it's iconic gains. So it's really iconic connections for intelligent outcomes. Yes. And it's connecting healthcare, the innovation of technology, the nexus of capital and M&A. Then you have the studio part is really the lifestyle, the brand experiences. So across all of those areas, they all just tie together in different ways. So he needs investors. I got investors. You want to do athletic events or get the athletes involved in some of these projects, we'll bring the athletes to you. That's
pretty good. So you found a connection between athletes and veterans. You have a lot of good connections with a lot of athletes, especially in the DC area. Yeah. There's a lot that come through there, and that's a good connection. Have you worked with veterans much, or do you continue to work with veterans also?
Well, my dad's a veteran. Yeah. So he's retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel. And so it's been passionate for me to stay in the military health space and work with our veterans. And I do a lot with our clients. I have several clients in the veteran space, whether it's more community care, mental health support, data analytics, predictive modeling. So a lot is for the veterans, and a lot is military health readiness. So there's also ties to some of the technology and predicting outcomes of behavior, health, status, but that can help lead to who's medically ready and fit to be out in the war field.
So I see you on quite a few different conferences. You definitely stay connected to the veteran, connected to federal procurement. what was the last conference you were at? I believe last we spoke, you were going to a larger conference, because the last we spoke actually was at Vets 24 in
Is that
Orlando.
right?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I was just at the Military Health Conference,
Okay.
and that was in Dallas, Texas last week. And so that's great. So that's really focused on military health readiness. And so I've been involved working in other companies like Leidos and Cerner, which was acquired by Oracle, doing EHR modernization. And so that was for defense health. And then for the veterans, worked on that same EHR modernization program and having a single longitudinal health record across the DHA to the VA, so birth to grave, essentially. So I was involved in those programs. And so you got that focus of military health readiness, and now this focus of the veteran care, whether that's through IT or mental health, different areas.
Yeah. So what I heard, you help a lot of different types of companies. You mentioned being able to do proposal management, capture. You also mentioned Leidos and a few other larger companies. So if I wanted to break that down a little bit, if you were working with a small, whether it's a veteran-owned company, whether it's a woman-owned company, whatever the set aside may be, you can work with a lot of organizations. And for a small organization that don't have a lot of in-house resources, I'm hearing you can help them with capture because you have lots of connections.
Right.
You can help them grow their business. You can help them prepare for growth with their business.
Right.
And you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure. I mean, a perfect example. Officer Dr. Mark Malat, he was in uniform when I worked those deals when I was at Leidos, when I was at Cerner, and now he's a retired veteran. He started his service-disabled veteran-owned small business as Malat and Associates. And so now as he's changing out of uniform and then coming into industry, it's a different world.
Yeah.
It's different connections. There's now a different, red tape and bureaucracy. So how can he connect into the community and get on these deals and really start to expand his business so I can come into play and help connect the dots for him, tell him what programs are out there, what contracts are out there, what people he should be talking to, where he can focus. And so I can really help position companies to be on a winning team or to build a winning team. And that's really what I can help do. So it's all about growth.
Yeah. And connections. And not only do you have connections, you have a great personality. I've seen you in action. I've seen you work in the room. So if there's companies out there that can't attend these events, and you as a consultant, you can work with them to attend the events, create a strategy that where you can go to an event and represent that company. Is that something you would do also?
That's exactly what I do.
Okay.
So I'm the face of the company. So when I'm talking, like to Lawrence Mueller, I'm telling him about Unitas and what they're doing in the community, who's one of my clients. I'm talking about Blue Cloud X, who's a company I'm working with right now, who are supporting the veterans doing companion care with Nick Lowry, who's Kansas City Chiefs Hall of Famer, and Robert Gordon at DSS. So I can help connect those bits and pieces and wear the badge of those companies. But as Tiphanie, as Frigata, as Iconic,
And for the larger companies, you can do the same thing. For a larger company who use a lot of consultants, you can be a consultant for Leidos, for Northrop Grumman,
That's right.
and go to events or connect the dots for where they need because you have those connections.
Yeah, you can be strategic too. So one of my first clients right out of the gate was a large business. They wanted to get into the GSP contract, so geographical service providers, where there's going to be 6 awardees. So they weren't as well known in the DHA space, but they knew I had the connections. So I came in and we got creative. We created a joint venture. And we were able to position them as a prime with the key partners that were important to match that scope of work for that program. They became one of the original 6 awardees. So that's really what I can help do for some of the big companies too. You have to be creative. Sometimes it's not best to go as the large. Maybe it's better to team with the strategic small and better position and connect with the government that way.
You're well versed from what I can hear. So there's a lot of small businesses out there that want to get into federal procurement, that have a great business model. They're already doing business. They want to sell to the federal government and don't know what to do.
Right.
Literally, I've had businesses call me and ask me to help them with their SAM registration. Or how do you start to talk about getting on a GSA schedule? I don't know nothing about it. Can you help me with direction? That sounds like something you can be perfect for also. And there's a lot of small businesses out there that can use your services. Just get started.
And think about, we're talking about small businesses. Now think about these athletes who are retired, right? And now they want to get into our world, whether it's the IT infrastructure, the technology piece, so we can help them position on teams, kind of force them into building their own business in that way. And we're actually doing that right now for the the commander's build
Yeah.
for the IT infrastructure. I'm working with my partner in industry, Raul Jurado, also a veteran, started his own SDVOSB. And he's a rock star. So him connecting to me and me connecting to our athletes, building a team, it's pretty cool stuff. But yeah, I forget the question.
No, you answered it well. What you're doing is you're working with a lot of small businesses and athletes that want to get into our space, which could be the IT space, the professional services space, the video production space. I mean, there's a lot of athletes that are creating their own media firms.
Well, and think about the athletes on the field with the mics that are pretty cool, and you're hearing what they're saying on the field. So we have companies in the space to connect. So that's not health.
Yeah.
But it ties back to the iconic piece of connecting the right people in the right space with the right. Think about innovation nexus.
Yeah.
So those are those two components of the gains of iconic.
Yeah, we thanks for joining us here. We definitely got to have you on again. And the next time we have, so backstory, I saw a friend from Virginia walk by in New Orleans at a conference, and I said, "Hey, great to see you again. Come be on our podcast." So it kind of worked like that, and we definitely got to have you on again.
And that's what it is. It's all connections.
Exactly what it is. Exactly.
Right?
So we definitely have to have you on again with a little bit of leeway, so you can come up with some things that you might want to get out and say ahead of time. So I give you. It's almost like I just showed up at your house and knocked on the door one day.
And I said, "Let's go."
Exactly. That's
what we do.
So, thanks for joining. Thanks for being with us.
It was a pleasure.
Great seeing you again.
You too.
You've been listening to Aqua Talks, where marketing innovation takes center stage with bold ideas and actionable insights. Ready to take your strategies to the next level? Visit aquatalks.com to book your free consultation and explore resources that empower you to thrive in today's fast-paced marketing world. Until next time, stay bold, stay inspired, stay imaginative.